Sometimes the bravest, toughest words you can possibly say are, I quit. Hi, this is Coach Sarah, and this is the Morning Mantra.
Hi, my name is Sarah Axelrod. I'm a run coach, a lover of poetry, and a person who cares about your well-being. You don't have to be an athlete to be coached and loved, and if you need an anchor to hold on to as you move through a tough situation, you've come to the right place.
Today's mantra is, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. This mantra is for a listener who wrote in asking for help in the process of moving on when you don't want to, of letting go of a hope you have held for so long your hand barely remembers what it feels like not to hold it. This listener wrote to us because she has had 6 pregnancies in 8 years, one of which gave her a beautiful son who is now 3. The others, however, have come and gone, taking their toll on body, mind, and heart. She and her husband have decided that it's time. Her husband recently had a vasectomy, a decision that they made together and they know to be the right one. And yet the sadness that comes with this decision, this good and right decision, is very, very heavy and hard to bear. Listener, my heart is with you. You and I both, if our last pregnancies had been viable pregnancies, would have newborn babies in our arms right now. I think about this all the time, about what stage of infant care I would be in if only. If only. I go to birthday parties and find myself the only mom of an only child. The vast majority of my daughter's friends at school now have little siblings, and this never escapes my notice when we are with them. Roz and I were out to dinner with the family of one of her friends a couple weeks ago, and when someone asked where my husband was, I said that he'd be working late at the office yet again. To which the other parent responded, well, at least you don't have 2 kids. It is hard to escape that sentence. It is hard to look at the community around me and see families like the ones I once envisioned creating and not feel like I've happened upon a lesser path. And when I sought therapy following 2 miscarriages in a row, I met with 2 therapists, the first of which wanted to urge me towards gratitude for what I do have, which is all well and good, but gratitude for what I have wasn't really my problem. And the second of which looked at me and suggested that I didn't have to decide to be done trying to get pregnant, suggested that I could just hang on and let nature take its course. I'm still not sure what she meant by those words in her own head, but what I heard was, 2 miscarriages, not enough of a reason to stop trying. Everywhere I go, I feel like I hear some version of either don't give up or worse, at least. And yet I gave up. Just like I gave up on academia after investing 14 years in my field. But at least I had all those years. 14 years of setting myself up to ride that train. And once you get off that train, there's no getting back on, ever. The career I was convinced I wanted, shouldn't I have done anything, absolutely anything, to stay on the train, even if I was barely hanging on to the caboose, getting more and more tired with every passing minute? Was hanging on with my ever-diminishing grasp a sign of strength or a sign of weakness? A sign that I was only staying because I was scared of what people would think if I let go. If I could have hung on a little longer, might I have gotten the coveted spot inside I was grasping for? I don't know, and I never will. And I fucking hate that. And I will never get to stop not knowing. With a loss that's as final as the one you are processing right now, this is one of the greatest pains. The fact that you will never know what that other life, the one you envisioned, could have contained. And in some versions of quote-unquote motivation, that not knowing is supposed to make you want to keep going and never give up. God, we hate quitting, don't we? We know how to rah someone down an increasingly difficult and untenable path. We all have the script for that. But when someone makes a choice that says, my well-being is more important than my striving for this thing, we do not have the script that validates that choice. There are no cakes that say, hey, you knew it was time to say enough. And congratulations, you perceived correctly that the struggle and striving had become bigger than the dream you were striving for. I don't have a cake for you or a Hallmark card, but I have a mantra. Your decision to change course isn't just wise and solid and sound. It is those things. It's a sign of the strength of your heart, your love for yourself and your family, and it's beautiful. I know the word beautiful sounds trite and Instagrammy, but remember that I'm a literature scholar, nerd alert, and when I say beauty, I'm talking about something so arresting that it stops you in your tracks, takes you out of yourself, brings about what Immanuel Kant calls an aesthetic moment. Yes, I am invoking Kant right now. An aesthetic moment is a moment of judgment and of reckoning. A thing of beauty demands that we pause to contemplate it. The experience of something beautiful feels big and purposeful, even when the meaning or the purpose itself is not clear, and it often isn't. Beauty evokes strong feelings. It evades cognitive reasoning. In a similar way, the ability to reach into my feelings about my miscarriages and pull on them and explore them, this too is beautiful. And that's not the same as saying, I should be grateful, because no. But my feelings, when I stop to contemplate them, are a reminder of how much I love my daughter and how much I love my life. I love her so much, I wanted her to have the love of a sibling. I love my life so much that I wanted to bring another person into it. And at the same time, I love myself enough that I wanted to be happier than striving was allowing me to be. I love all the things I spent all those years studying and teaching, the language, the literature, the philosophy. I love the students I taught. I love the writing that I did. And I love my writing so much that I decided to stop letting asshole editors tell me under the cover of anonymity that really it should be more like their writing. When you wrote to us, you wrote, I need to figure out what my life looks like without that little ray of hope that kept me going month after month all these years. And what I hear is that you have within you an amazing capacity for hope. And along with that, you have an amazing reserve of strength. As you turn away from this train that you've stepped off of forever, remember that your feelings matter. In fact, your feelings, your good and solid and beautiful feelings, helped bring you to a place where you did what your body and your soul and your family needed.
You are coached, you are loved, and you are winning at life. And if you need more inspiration, more content, more thinking, more reflection, then follow the Morning Mantra Podcast on Instagram.
Don't forget, if you need a mantra, you can always ask for one at info@coachedandloved.com. Again, that's email info, INFO, @coachedandloved.com.